Starting off this hour is Rich in New York. Hi, Rich. How are you?
Doing well. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I am coordinating FPU for the first time.
Well, thank you.
And it's going great. Everyone is really into it.
Good.
And I'm very happy to be part of this. There have been a few questions that have come up, too, in particular. One I spoke to your screener about, and I'll ask that. And if you have time for one more, I'll pose that one. But the question is this, Dave. Some of the class members are concerned about sacrificing hard to build savings because they believe that the savings will be taken away from them in the FAFSA process, and they'll be required to give it to their students' future college. So how would you respond to that?
Well, God help us if we had a job so we didn't get unemployment. That's how I would respond to that. I mean, so, Lord help us. We got wealth and we paid for our kids' college, and so we didn't qualify for government aid. The FAFSA process, FAFSA stands for Free Application for Federal Student Aid. And there's only one kind of federal student aid, and that's Pell Grants, and it's based on people being poor. It's federal aid for poor people. And so, no, I'm not going to teach people to remain poor so that they can get federal aid. That's what FAFSA is for. That's what it's for. That's the only thing it does. It's the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Now, what happens when you fill out the FAFSA is you'll get hammered 6 ways from Sunday with all kinds of student loan possibilities. In addition to that, it's a huge marketing arm is really what it is. But the only thing you qualify from federal government is need-based, and so it's for people that are in poverty. And I don't want to teach people to stay in poverty in order to get government aid. Do you? I mean, that's not logical.
No,
so yeah, that's the overall answer. Now, so here's the thing: go pile up a bunch of money so that you don't need. All 3 of my kids went through college. We did not fill out a single FAFSA. We wouldn't have qualified. I make too much money to get free aid.
In this case, the students who are raising this concern are students that have kids that are real close to college, and they don't have the time, they feel, to get wealthy. So,
but if their income is high, they're not going to qualify anyway.
Right.
And so, I mean, if they're sitting there on a $100,000 household income, you're not going to get a Pell Grant. And so,
all the other aid is scholarship.
Yeah, every other piece of aid is one of 3 types of scholarships: athletic, academic, or character-based type scholarships. So your church has one for $1,000, or the Kiwanis Club has a $250 scholarship, and you write an essay and you say why you want to change the world, and they award you the scholarship. That kind of a scholarship, and there's hundreds of thousands of dollars of that stuff out there to scratch around. But there's only one need. Well, I mean, there's probably some private need-based scholarships by some foundations here or there, but the primary need-based would be Pell Grants with the federal government. But if you make a good income and you own a nice home, you don't qualify for Pell, even if you got no money saved for college. And so you just don't want to set yourself up for that's the way we're going to do college. Now, if they've got students getting ready to head into college, then it's going to be tough. They're sitting there looking at a 16-year-old, but we're going to walk them down, the Rachel Cruz Smart Money, Smart Kids guidelines on how do you go to school. Number one mathematical way you go to school if your parents haven't saved any money is you choose an affordable school, an in-state tuition school, maybe community college for the first couple of years to get some of your core stuff out of the way. Number 2 thing you do is you work while you're in school, and no, that's not child abuse. All you people out there that worked while you were in school, raise your hands. Yes, I see those millions of hands all across America. All of us did. It's not child abuse. And I worked 40 to 60 hours a week, got out in 4 years because I needed to get out. I was tired of working. And so, you work while you're in school. You choose something that's good. You take the ACT, the SAT numerous times while you're in high school. If you want to spend some money on something, parents, you got a 16-year-old, spend some money on tutoring so they can take that test and get a higher score, help them qualify for yet more scholarships. But, this is for people that are poor. Unless we're dealing with poor people in this class, you may want to look at that. But the problem is that we're saying, okay, we're going to intentionally stay poor for the next 2 years so that we can get a Pell Grant. I'm not signing up for welfare. I'm just as a way of life and as a methodology. So it's a false premise to say, if I save money, I'm going to disqualify my kid for free federal aid, because in almost every case, the person saying that's not going to qualify for the federal aid anyway. They have too much household income. And so it's very rare. Now, you got a single mom making $20K and she's got 5 kids. Yeah, they're going to qualify. But the chances of her saving up a bunch of money and disqualifying for the Pell Grant anyway is not there. So anybody that's asking the question usually has the means to not qualify. If they have the means to screw up their eligibility for Pell Grant, they have the means to they have too much means to qualify, meet the means test, is what I'm saying. So it's a great question, Rich. I appreciate you bringing it up, but it's a mentality that we hear people do. Well, I'm not going to, I want to make sure I'm really broke, and we're going to transfer all the money out of mom and dad's name so they qualify for Medicaid nursing home. It's the same discussion. We're going to act like we're poor when we're not, so we qualify for welfare nursing home. Because the only government-provided nursing home is for welfare recipients. It's a Medicaid. It's a means test thing. And so Papa and Granny, in order to qualify for the Medicaid nursing home, have to be legitimately broke. It's for poor people. It's not for just people that go, oh, I don't want to pay my nursing home bill, so I'm going to move all my assets out of my name into my kid's name. They've got a 5-year look back, and it's a criminal act to hide money from the federal government in order to falsely qualify for Medicaid. It's the same kind of mentality, though. You got to break through that as a part of and have an abundance kind of mentality rather than a sacrifice or a shortage mentality. So, but it's a really good discussion, Rich. Thank you for calling in with that. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. So you have to break the cycle. You have to flip this thing on its head and make it behave. You've got to get so fired up and wired up that your broke friends think you've lost your mind.